The local government, the governor cannot go to the grassroots and touch everywhere. Some representative of political leaders will be at each local government to represent the image of the governor, the image of the party. So political leaders are the one that are going to shoulder a lot of responsibility when it comes to inter-party politics. And I can tell you, Seyi Makinde has a mechanism, just the way you said it. One of the mechanisms is the one we are talking about, that let us preach the gospel of good governance to people. When the people believes in our project, then there's no any selfish political leaders that can turn it down. The people are the ones that are determining a lot of things when it comes to democracy. People determines who become so in every political offices, not political leaders. But political leaders are shouldered with responsibility of fostering unity within the party members. So those are one of these templates of His Excellency in galvanizing and showing mechanisms of bringing people, political leaders, managing political leaders, and at the same time managing the good people of Oyo State. If you look at what he's doing now in the second term, it's very rare in Oyo State. I've not even seen it in Oyo State, a second-time governor that is constructing a project like that of Circular Road. So, this is a kind of project that people do in their first time in order to campaign for the second term. But this is a governor that is not going for third term, and is embarking on such a capital project. So, that's one of the mechanisms to win the heart of the people. So his political charismatic tendencies is now the one folding, bringing the lead by political leaders together in order for them to manage any crisis that might erupt from the grassroots.
All right. What plan does your political party have to manage succession when Governor Seyi Makinde eventually leaves office?
Well, I would like us to be talking about that maybe by 2026. I will say it's too early to talk about succession or even a successor by this time, because a lot of policy will still be played out between now and 2026, prior to 2027. But I can tell you, with just accelerated development template and sustainable development template of Governor Seyi Makinde, PDP will remain one, and our structures are unshakable. I will still repeat that. No political parties in Oyo State today has a formidable team and a formidable structure like that of PDP. You can confirm that anywhere. Even the APC, who are the major opposition, you can see what is going on in their party. There's a lot of factional leaders, there's a lot of factions, a lot of teams here and there. So there is only in Oyo State, it's only in PDP that in Oyo State we have PDP as one. You cannot hear Seyi Makinde faction, somebody's faction. Seyi Makinde have brought everybody back together, and PDP in Oyo State today is one. So that's what we can say.
Some say the governor is usually handpicking candidates in the PDP. Is that true?
Well, I don't want to believe that is true, because a governor cannot handpick a candidate without you hearing, people making complaints, showing grievances. At least the last election, they just concluded a by-election of federal rep. There was a primary that was conducted, but prior to the primary, there has been a consensus primary within the aspirants. And if you look at it very well, Seyi Makinde is a man that is talented. He's blessed with his unique intellectual prowess when addressing issues. We have up to like 6 or 7 political aspirants, federal rep aspirants, that are aspiring for that federal rep. And he called all of them back to a round table. He showed them the reasons why all of them had to take responsibility. You can make impact even without you going for this election. You can make your impact. You can serve people. He made them to understand that. At least 6 of them were denied their aspiration before they unpick Honorable Fola Oyekunle, Don. And he gave them reasons why they need to support Don. He made them to understand that you cannot serve, all of you cannot serve in one office. There are various offices that you people can serve the people. He made them to understand that government agencies are not money-making ventures like the one we have in the letter. So anybody that wants to work with him as a governor, or you want to work with him as an aide, you have to have the art of serving the people. And that is why you can see him managing that political interest effectively without any rancor. All of them were given one role or the other. All those aspirants that were not given the ticket,
they were compensated.
I don't see it as compensation. That's what people are saying. That's where people are getting it wrong. Okay, now, Samson, let me ask you this. I denied you of your aspiration, and I still call you to go and serve the people. Will you take it? When they were given an appointment, it was in those days, the era of making, using the government agencies as money-making venture has gone. You can tell people, you can ask different people, we have commissioners, we have SA, ask them, how much are they making in this government? Aside their normal statutory salaries and allowances. You cannot just say because you're an SA, you are diverting the fund that is meant for the people in your agency. It's not possible anymore. You cannot just make money on the way people make money unnecessarily in the olden days. So they were called to go and serve. I used to tell people, this is not compensation. Under Seyi Makinde, if you are given an appointment, you are called to serve the people. Because even himself, you can see Seyi is serving the people. That's what we're saying. We have been seeing tremendous development in the first term and currently in the second term up to date. That's what I'm saying, that the second term we are seeing a governor that is doing access road in all Ibadan metropolis. We are seeing a governor in the second term that is doing a capital project like the Circular Road. It's very, very rare. You hardly see governors, as far as Oyo State is concerned, in their second term, doing all those kind of projects. It is. So that's why I said it is not compensation. They are not going there to make money. It lies on the political charismatic tendency of the governor to manage the crisis, to manage the aspirants, and to let them know the reason why they need to support the candidates. And I know the candidates will not disappoint everybody. And eventually, the mechanism of PDP worked for that election. PDP won the election. Even Sabo, that we never won for the past 12 years, for the first time PDP won Sabo, hands down. APC, Sabo was a very strong hold of the APC, but we won it in this last election. So this is a point out to 2027 that PDP remain a formidable team.
Some say it was internal politics in the APC that gave you the victory.
Well,
the party members in the APC did not support their candidates.
Well,
is that true?
It might be a 10% advantage. So when we went for an exam and I won you 10-0, and you now say because I had a 10% advantage. Even if you remove that 10 from 10% advantage, if you remove it from 100, is it not 90% that is remaining? So even they were together, let me just evaluate their rancor, their crisis within them. Let's say he had a 20% advantage to us. So with 80%, am I still not going to win?
If the APC had their primaries and they were won during the election,
of course,
would they have given you a run for your money?
If they had, that's what I'm saying, Samson. Even if they had their primary, they were all having a one team, it will still be a victory for PDP. I can tell you the only place they might won is that Sabo. And at the end of the day, we are going to win maybe 10 wards out of 12.
Now, let me ask you this question. There are insinuations that the APC, ADC, and some other opposition parties in Oyo State, are they up to the task in the next election?
You mean if a common coalition?
Not as a coalition, individually, as a party. Are they up to the task against the PDP in the next election?
Well, to me, I've not seen a political party that can challenge PDP. As of today, and prior to 2027, anything can happen between now and 2027. But as of today, till fast forward to 2027, I rarely see a political party that can challenge PDP in Oyo State.
The opposition accused the PDP of focusing more on politics rather than governance. Is that true?
That's not true. That's what we are saying now, that what gave PDP victory in this just concluded election was the stewardship of the party and the government. The stewardship of his engineer, Seyi Makinde, and, and the manifesto base. When you don't have what you have done for the people, you cannot have a manifesto. We have a lot of manifesto, we have a selling point, we have a center point, we have a rallying point. SPC cannot point out what they've done for the state in the past 12 years. Even when Ajimobi was there for 8 years, most of those legacies they could have pointed to now are going to moribund. So What are we saying? Is it the edifice in the government house, very close to government house, that the government, repatriated from them, that they want to point to? Only security is what the legacy they used to talk to tomorrow, and we will applaud them for that. They laid a very good legacy on that. Aside that, there's no selling point for them in that election that we just did. They could not tell people what the party has done. They could not tell people what legacy that is still intact till today that people can live on. But till today, Seyi Makinde is still telling people he can showcase to the good people of Oyo State what he has done for the past 4 years and what he's still doing currently. So, how can I say our party, they are challenging our party? Which party that wants to challenge PDP?
Oyo State politics is grassroots driven.
Of course.
What is your political party doing to consolidate on the influence they have at the grassroots, knowing for a fact that Oyo State is one of the states where there's no local government autonomy as we speak?
Of course, yeah. There's a very sensitive area as you're talking about, Samson. If you look at it very well, there's no local government autonomy in the state. But, the governor himself is trying to manage situations at the grassroots. He shouldered that responsibility to himself. And I was like, when I was addressing those issues with some of my friends, I was like, how can a governor even take another burden to himself when you have a lot of burden as a state governor? I wouldn't see a governor that would take another 33 local government burden to himself, because there's no autonomy throughout the country, But Oyo State's peculiarity is grassroots politics is a significant factor that determines political atmospheres in Oyo State. So the governor takes it upon himself in order to be managing the situation at the grassroots, and the downtrodden masses, I think they were okay with the way the governor handles most of the issues of the grassroots. Most of the local government chairmen, I want to applaud the governor for appointing those that are up to the task and those who knows how to handle democratic scenarios and situations that erupt from the grassroots. Because we see it in some states where the local government chairmen are resigning because there's no autonomy. It's not as if the governor is, trying to be wicked to anybody. But the autonomy was not, the majority of the governors in Nigeria as of today were not complying to it. And, Seyi Makinde was still able to manage the situation.
He was one of the people who championed it.
Yeah, he was one that championed it.
And called it a distraction.
Because the reason why he championed
it... Is it truly a distraction?
No, not a distraction. To me, it's not a distraction, because if you look at the political trajectory of Oyo State, and especially the local government trajectory, you will see that most of the funds that were released to those past governments, the local government people are not managing those funds well. At the end of the day, you will not see justification for those logistics and resources that were imprinted in the local government. So if he championed it, he has a reason for championing it, because he believes that we need to see development across board, across our states, across our local government, across the zones. Look at what he brought up an initiative currently, the Special Agro-Processing Industrial Zone. Is an initiative of His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde to have each political zones. We have an industrial hub, agricultural industrial hub there. Each industrial hub is capable of employing over 100,000 youths. Those are things that can bring socio-economic development to the state and down to the grassroots. And I will help the downtrodden youths who doesn't have the opportunity to come to the state to see the governor, to see any commissioner, but they will be gainfully employed. We have people at the grassroots who are educated, who have BSc. We have people at the grassroots who have HND. We have people at the grassroots who have OND, but they don't have connection to, meet anybody for employment. We have such agricultural and industrial processing zone will be able to employ and consume workforce at the grassroots. So this is a very good and marvelous initiative. So if a governor is fighting for, let the fund that will be given to local government politicians be channeled to this kind of things, it's developmental enough. at least I think it's applauding. Yeah, it's applauding. Because I was privileged to be at the groundbreaking of the one at Ijai. And Dr. Akim Adesina, the president of African Development Bank, the ex-president, he just retired, I think, 3 days ago, made it clear that this initiative is very fantastic. If all other governors can, emulate this, the agricultural prosperity, urban and rural agricultural prosperity will continue to be at the centerpiece of economic development in Nigeria. So, to me, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea.
Okay. We still have enough to scratch on this show. But definitely, we'll go on a short break. And when we return, we're going to take a short clip where the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria hosted the CPC blog. And of course, they had a fantastic discussion. And that will actually expand to see how national politics, and of course, the strength of the PDP at the national level, will affect the election in Oyo State in the year 2027. We'll go on a short break and we'll return. We'll be back.
This we assure you, we believe, and we will be, and that will be our focus and commitment to ensure the success of our party and your ultimate victory come 2027. To this end, Mr. President, we assure you of our full and unwavering support for you and your administration and our party, the APC, which remains our home, our platform, our pride, and our cause in order to sustain the gains and secure the future of this country.
Sisters and brothers, it is an emotional day for me today. Let me first of all apologize to all of you for coming late. That is the difference between Muhammadu Buhari and Bola Tinubu. No two persons can be the same. It will be here dead on time. To all of you, from Aminu Masari here, Your Excellencies, Tanko and Makura, the only governor we had then. It's a joy today to see you more, Diko Raja, to see my son from Niger, and to see Kevi, and we have our speaker, and our elder statesman, our brother, Suleiman, and others. Thank you very much. Now, you brought back the memory of the beginning of the alliance. When we sat down, hashing out which way we disagree to agree. To all of you, I just say thank you. It's a sweet memory. You know, for you to pull yourself together to be here and just follow up on things we've been doing. Don't worry about the threats. When I see people like you, my determination is to work harder. You are still together for what we believe a progressive government that we always build on the legacies of Muhammadu Buhari. And what I can promise you is what I'm doing. Hard work, hard thinking, consulting of you. First of all, cure the economy, bring hope to the people. That is what we stood for. And that is hope is here. It's here. Thank you for believing in me. The economy is stabilized. Nobody is trading piece of paper for exchange rate anymore. When I took over, 1.9, it's 1.35, 1.45 now. It's been stabilizing there. People can predict. You don't have to know a Cardozo before you get your foreign exchange, you get your imports. What we need now is building the ship, the vessels, for export and import of our goods and create jobs for the people. There's a guarantee there. I know many of you had to suffer the initial abuse and the fear. Where are we going? We know the direction that we should go. We are going up. No, those who may not know will not know. Today I'm standing before you, I can brag that Nigeria is not borrowing a dime from local bank. The revenue, we have met our target of revenue for the whole year. We met it in August. I've reviewed this morning.
All right, welcome back from that. That was a clip by the federal government and, of course, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria making some bold statements with which we are going to dissect this evening. While he was hosting the CPC block of the All Progressives Congress, there were dignitaries like the Tanko Amakura, Maur Bago, and of course, our own Barrister Bayo Shitu from Oyo State was also there. He made this statement saying Nigeria is no longer borrowing from the local bank. The revenue projection for the year has been met since August. And of course, he mentioned that you don't have to know a Cardozo to know the price of the exchange rate and, of course, to do your exchange. These are the statements he made. And also, he mentioned that the economy has been stabilized. Olumide Ishola Ayodeji is here with me in the studio. You heard him. What's your take?
Oh, I see Mr. President not running away from his own economic responsibility. The issues he's meant to have addressed, he's not addressing it. What's the parameter he's using to judge that the economy is stable? what's the variables he's using to measure the status quo of the economy. The economy of his current GDP of over $243 billion. Is it the economy that is stable in Q1 as at 2025? Mr. President is running away to nail the head, to nail...
Olumide Yoshola Ayodeji, please hold your thoughts. I will be back to it. Let's go on a quick break. And when we return, the Poliscope continues. We'll be back.
Live from the heart of the action. Welcome to the nerve center of Next Level Broadcasting.
This is the OB van, where the studio meets the street.
Equipped with cutting-edge cameras, crystal clear audio, real-time switching, and broadcast control, we don't just capture moments, we deliver the experience live.
Anywhere, anytime, from stadiums to red carpets, breaking news to buzzing festivals, weddings, birthdays, and all sorts of ceremonies. We bring the world to your screen in real time.
It's not just a van, it's a complete mobile production house, a command center, a broadcast beast.
This is more than a broadcast. This is the OB van difference. Live, loud, limitless.
Ready to go live? Like never before. Book the OB van today and take your event to the world. One powerful broadcast at a time.
To book, call 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Email marketing@dominion.org.ng or visit our socials on Instagram @Dominion Broadcast.
Dominion Broadcast, your channel of choice.
All right, welcome back from that short break. The show is still the Poliscope on Dominion Television. I have had with me in the studio Olumide Yoshola Ayodeji. He was the youth campaign DG for Governor Seyi Makinde, and with him, we have been making sense of issues politically in Oyo State. You were saying something about the president's remark while he was hosting the CPC block of the All Progressives Congress.
Exactly, Samson. Yeah, maybe president is just saying that to justify his economic recklessness.
You call that economic recklessness?
Yes, it's economic.
That's a bold claim.
Yes, exactly. He's economically reckless in taking those initial bold decisions, what they call the bold decision. You cannot remove subsidy in an heterogeneous economic market like Nigeria, and at the same time you devalue the currency. Knowing fully well that the two will have a significant consequences on both the GDP, the gross domestic product of the country, and at the same time, the rural and urban economy. It doesn't work that way. That's why I said in that tardy economic situation is when the president is coming out that he wants to get a presidential yacht for himself. Is that not reckless enough? In that kind of situation, economic situation, is where people were buying a liter of fuel at rate of between 900 to 1,000 naira. So, and you're telling me that the economy is stable, this is stable, the other one is stable. We are not doing, this is justification for their economic recklessness. It doesn't work. Going by the empirical sampling, average Nigerians cannot eat even just, majority are even living below $1 now, below $1. Before, it was minority. But now, I can tell you that 85% of Nigerians are living below $1 per day. How much is the dollar now? So, what are you saying? The president does not have justification for anything. What he was saying is just to justify his economic recklessness and his political ambition. That's just...
In your own opinion, how would you rate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration in 2 years?
If I'm going to do a scale of 1 to 10,
yes,
I'm going to rate him 4. Why?
Why?
Because everything is not working under his government.
When you say everything, what do you mean by everything?
Everything is not working. Look at every sector. Which sector can you boldly say the economic sector is underground? The aviation sector, how much? I was talking to a friend of mine for supply of aviation fuel some times ago. I can remember during the time of Buhari, this aviation fuel per liter, we talked about maybe 200 naira, 350 naira. But now, it's skyrocketed. You know, every commodities price is skyrocketed. So what sector of economy is friendly compared to the latter? No. I cannot just say this sector is even far better than what we have been having in the past. Every sector is worse, is worrisome during this regime. So what do you want me to score him on a scale of no flimsies, on a scale of flippant activities? He has not done anything economically. To me, I use economy to rate any government. So economically, the government is shabby. I've not seen anything. I've not seen anything he has done so far.
Is some UK still a member of the PDP?
Forget about PDP. This is a national issue. Forget about PDP or APC. PDP has issue at the national. APC has issue at the national. Let's leave that aside. Let's talk about governance now. Let's talk about the factors that affect the majority of Nigerian netizens. What are the factors that affect people? Number one is fuel. The price commodity of PMS affects 99% of Nigerians. That fuel price has lowered down the standard of economy of a lot of Nigerians, has lowered down the standard of living of a lot of Nigerians. Even when Buhari government was selling fuel at 200 naira, we still have poverty inclined citizens. Not to talk of when we have people buying fuel at the rate of 900, almost 1,000. So what has the government done? You devalued the naira, and at the same time, you are removing the subsidy at the same time. That definitely will have a reckless and a destructive and disastrous effect on the economy. Mr. President knows that. He was just trying to be very wicked to the people of Nigeria. Just
when
because
you say wicked, are you seeing a glimmer of hope in the current situation?
I don't see any hope in the current situation. The best thing is for Nigerians to wake up from their slumber and take him out of power as, come 2027.
Do you think the PDP is capable of doing that?
The PDP is capable of doing that. We have seen this is a litmus test in Oyo State. PDP's economic template has been test run in Oyo State. And we can see where...
If you look at the PDP as we speak, Atiku Abubakar is no longer a member of the PDP.
Of course.
Peter Obi is no longer a member of the
course.
PDP. And so many other people have left the party.
Of course.
Does the PDP have a candidate strong enough to slug it out against Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the year 2027?
Currently now, PDP does not have a candidate. We have not had our primary. But we have a lot of political products that can do better than Bola Ahmed Tinubu. One of them is Governor Seyi Makinde.
That can match him toe to toe.
Of course. Nigerian politics is getting haywire every political dispensation. And Nigerian citizens are getting more politically educated every political dispensation. Nigerian citizens are getting more exposed to the runnings of the government in every political dispensation. They know what is going on. It's not a lot about the big names. Don't be surprised, Samson, by 2027, the candidate that we emerge in PDP will not be a veteran serial contester. It will be a fresh blood. That's what Nigeria needs as of today. We need a fresh, right-thinking, braining, a very focused leader.
Now, I asked you a question.
Tinubu is misfocused.
I asked you a question earlier.
Yeah.
Is Wike still a member of the PDP? And is Wike and Seyi Makinde still on the same page? They were members of the G5, the five governors that pulled out of the PDP to say, look, we want to do things differently.
Well, to the best of my knowledge, Wike claimed to be a member of PDP as of today, officially. But unofficially, I see Wike more of an APC than PDP. But the fact that the question about whether Seyi Makinde and Wike, they are on the same page, it's very glaring. It is audible to the deaf, and it is visible to the blind that they are no more in the same page. So we don't need to be asking ourselves that kind of question. It's very glaring. It's very obvious. So they can never be on the same page because the political interest has shifted. The political goals is no more in the common line.
Will Wike play the spoiler game for the PDP
in 2023
in the 2027 election?
Well, it's left for Wike because Wike is a misfocused and a confused political character as at today. Wike does not even know where he belongs. If you ask him today, he will say he belongs to where Asiwaju belongs. And if you are telling him that something is coming up in PDP, he will say he wants to champion it. So he's a confusionist, and at the same time, he's a confused politician.
Why is it so difficult to kick him out of the party? We have seen situations where people are suspended from the political party. Is it because Wike bankrolls the party?
Well, he's not the only one bankrolling the party. A lot of people, I believe there's a time for everybody to get their own strokes. So the time for Wike to get his strokes is coming. It's even near. It's not even coming. It's near. If you look at the remark of Governor Seyi Makinde recently, he said when people go to the gutter, he will not go with them. And those are people that form the backbone of Wike in 2023 election. So this is where we are talking about people that want to use all what they have, to champion the cause of the party. Wike is not using what he has to champion the cause of the party anymore. He's diverted, he's misfocused. So he's confused. But when you have a right-thinking leader, a focused leader who has a vision and who is bent on pursuing his goals and make sure he accomplishes his missions, like Governor Seyi Makinde, why won't you just give him that chance? Let him run the country, and let's see how it's going to be better than what these people are doing shabbily.
All right, Olumide Sholayodeji, thank you for joining us in the studio this evening.
You're welcome, Samson.
It has been a wonderful session with you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I would hope to have you back sometime.
Dev, it's my pleasure. I'll be glad to be here once again.
All right. Politics in Oyo State remains as dynamic as ever. Alliances will be tested. The opposition will fight to be heard. And the PDP will work to protect its stronghold. The road to 2027 promises to be nothing short of dramatic. A big thank you to our guest, Olumide Sholayodeji. I was a DG, youth DJ for the campaign of Governor Seyi Makinde, for shedding light on the realities within the PDP and Oyo State politics at large. And to you, our viewers, thank you for being part of the Poliscope tonight. I am Samson Balogun. Stay tuned to Dominion Television, where we decode the issues and sharpen perspectives. Until next week, when we shall be meeting again, I say keep being good out there. Bye for now.